Hello and I welcome Mr. Abdullah to our coaching call today, in which we will be discussing some questions from the life cycle domain. So, shall I open the question bank or the
Eco,
theory?
eco, eco, eco
Theoretical?
exam content out. Yes, theoretical exam content outline from life cycle.
Okay, I have opened it.
So when we have done when we have covered this exam content outline for the project life cycle, there
Mm-hmm.
is one thing written at the end of the PgMP outlet book that you have shared with us.
Mm-hmm.
So it says explicitly that these tasks number below are not interdependent. Okay, they can come in any,
Not in a sequential order.
yes, not set in a sequential order.
Mm-hmm.
So when the question will come, so let's say if we have a task 6, conduct program kickoff with key stakeholders by holding meetings to obtain stakeholder buy-in.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we relate the note that you have shared above, yes, this note, with the questions from this outline?
No, the purpose of writing this note is that you should not say that unless I have not developed the program charter, I cannot do task
Mm.
number 6. I cannot conduct a kickoff meeting. Because the question,
Okay.
one task is one question.
Okay.
I don't know. In the exam, I don't know what is this task number or from which domain the question is coming. The only
Okay.
thing I have to write this explicitly notes was that every students were having answer were asking these questions that I have not understood. I have not done the task one. How I can do task two? The general perspective. That's why we said that every
Okay.
task
Okay.
is one item, and like any other thing, whenever the question will come, you just need to read it, just need to attempt it.
Okay. So it says optimize. And how does this exam content outline relate with the magic grid that we have covered?
In the magic grid, no, the relationship is that principally the in the beginning, what things we are doing are coming from the program initiation phase or the definition phase. Where the linking
Okay.
doesn't mean that Magic Grid is an individual activity which is covering the program activities. What are the real activities you are doing in your program life cycle? It has nothing to do with the exam
Okay.
content outline. That is one topic, and there is an individual domain, and exam content outline is a complete concept of doing that task
Okay. So these both are separate.
separately. No, uh, I don't understand the question. How do you mean by separate or common?
So in program life cycle, the in the magic grid that we have covered,
Hmm.
we have we have four phases, right? Program formulation subphase, program planning subphase, then the delivery, then the closure.
Right.
And then in with respect to the, so now let me put it that way. So in every phase there is a knowledge area associated with its activities that has to be covered out in some sequence for estimation, assessment, program planning, management planning.
Okay.
Then these activities goes to the output, and that output becomes the input to our different parameters of that program, right?
Okay. Hmm.
So my question here is, so those outputs that we have from the magic grid, how they can be related with the exam content outline. I cannot remember. The only challenge I have is I cannot remember each and everything. I'm repeating it again and again.
Okay. Uh,
Okay.
what can you not remember, the eco terms or the output terms?
The output terms from the delivery and from the delivery phase and from the closing phase.
Okay,
The
you don't.
output.
The first thing is that in the magic grid, you don't need to remember anything. You only need
Okay.
to have the idea that if anything I am doing about assessments and estimations, it implies I am working in the program formulation surface, in which I am
Mm-hmm.
will be preparing my business case, charter, and the program manager plan. There is a concept
Okay.
that you should have. In the exam,
Okay.
he will not ask you the direct questions. What are the inputs? What are the tools and techniques for the outputs?
Okay.
Like
Okay. Okay.
PMP,
Okay.
there is no concept of ITTOs here in the PGMP. I just
Okay.
developed this, I just constructed these tables just to summarize a lot of things from the book, which is equivalent to 840. This activities is actually 50 pages in the book. I
Yes.
just put everything in one page just to summarize, to have the concept of things, what is the activity that is to be done in relevant phases.
Okay.
So they, and then in the delivery phase, for example, in the planning phase, you just need to know that the program work. Once I am developing the program, work based on structure or the master schedule, budget, I am in the planning phase. That's all. And how
Okay.
it is benefiting me, why I'm doing this activity is to prepare the program management plan. Then in the delivery
Uh-huh.
phase, you just need to have the concept that once I am in the delivery phase, it means that I am updating all my documents. I am doing the resource management. I am doing the resource interdependency management. I am making the payments. That's all. You don't need to remember everything like that. Even while you are practicing the questions, you will attempt maybe 37 plus 85 is 120, 200 questions we are doing from this domain. And never
Okay.
in any question he will ask you the what is the output of this
Output.
activity or what is the input of that activity. Everything will be scenario based and based on the keywords that will be given in our questions. You should be able to fit it in specific phase of your program just to give the correct answer. The question that you are doing is how the exam will come. This is how the question will come in the exam, not directly
Yes.
input or output.
Okay. That I get it. So for me, it's important to have an understanding. So if the knowledge area in the closure phase is cost, so if in the exam question he's talking about repository or transition or closure or something like
Mm,
that, so I have a idea back of my mind that it is related to financial closure or cost, right?
right,
Okay,
correct.
okay, I get it now.
Or he will only ask you that once all the benefits have been delivered, you have
Yes.
got the approval from the steering committee to close the program. So what are the following things you should close, or what are the important, what are the activities that should be done prior you close the program? So then you will say the
Okay,
financial closure has to be done. You don't need to remember. The thing is that you should know that I cannot close the scope, I cannot close the schedule, I cannot close any other thing. That's the key point.
okay.
Then at least I
And
should know that only I have to conduct the five activities which are financial closure, procurement closure, and three transitions. That's the point.
also when I was attempting the questions, 85 questions, you told me to follow the pattern of eliminating two questions by reading the last line of the question, two
Mm-hmm.
choices by reading last line.
Mm-hmm.
So in the last line, it is mostly that what program manager want to do, what program manager should do,
Mm.
what the activity should be. So based on that, 4, 5 words or 6 words, how can I eliminate two choices?
In their questions, in it is formula is applicable to 80 to 90% of the questions. Number one.
Okay.
Okay. And number two, what will you do next? What the program manager will do first? In this type of the questions, you have to understand the complete question.
Yes.
Okay, only in that type of questions. And by quickly looking into the last line, what will the program manager do first, or if you say what will the program manager do next, this is the only
Mhm.
line. I don't know what is the scenario. Okay, for example,
Yes, exactly.
then directly the options are prepare a business case, prepare a charter, prepare a program management plan, prepare a program roadmap. This is the only options. Okay, and the question is
Mhm.
that what will the program manager do next? So in this case,
Okay.
business case is eliminated directly.
Yes.
Okay, and then
Okay.
it can either be a program management plan or the program charter. Why? Because surely one other term will be a makeup term.
Makeup term. Okay.
So even
Right.
from this 4 to 5 words you can get the quick idea how I'm playing around. And this formula is valid 80 to 90% of the questions. Surely 10 questions, 10% will be the question in which you have to fully understand the question. for sure. Okay.
Okay.
And if we say that which of the out everything has been done, whatever the scenario, the last line there, what should the program manager do first? So in this case, obviously the tone is telling me conduct the assessments, conduct the financial closure, conduct the
Mm-hmm.
delivery of your activities, conduct the management planning. So in this, I get the feeling the closure is out in this case. If I'm doing something first, most probably it will be estimations or assessments. The tone of the question.
Yes.
Then you read. Then surely you have to read in every question. Surely you have to read the whole question before giving that answer.
Okay.
And then once you read the question, then by reading the question, immediately you can eliminate two options at least.
Okay. And the problem with those 85 question was I was the question that I made right. So it was for 50-50 for me.
Okay.
So for, I mean, it like there was 25 to 30 question which I was confused between. I eliminated two and I was confused between two answers.
Okay.
And I choose the right one by best educated guess.
Okay.
And for those that I made wrong, so 90% of them, it was also a choice between two.
Very good.
And for the 10% of the questions, I mean, I opted for a really different
Okay.
answer. I mean,
Different concept.
I eliminated right choices.
Okay,
I
because
eliminated,
because in that case you cannot. In that case, most probably you did not pick the tone of the question.
yes. So the question that I have shared with you, the closure and closeout. So what's the difference? I mean, in
This is
real
only
terms, the both are
the both are same. These are just the makeup terms or the English wording terms. Normally in the book, if you go strictly by the words, it is
yes.
program closure phase.
So I eliminated these two choices. So the one was the right choice, and completely eliminated the two choices based on the wording that both mean same thing.
Mhm. No, this is
But
okay. With the practice, it will-
okay,
in the exam, actually, actually, I always tell that this is not a English literature exam. Number one, it's
okay.
a technical exam. So only thing that why in the mocks we are doing, because we are practicing around 1500 or 2000 questions. So surely we have to make some questions in which you have to figure out that what other things can also come. Okay, so
Oh, okay,
that is the only purpose of doing that thing, because otherwise we cannot practice such. Otherwise this question is not in the mock, you will never think of any makeup term.
okay. I get it.
So surely in 5 to 10 questions there will be makeup terms which will be very attractive, but these are wrong options because we are not figuring out, we don't have such terms in our exam. In PMP also you would have experienced this thing that many makeup terms come
Yes,
in the
yes,
questions. That is the main purpose.
yes. Okay. I get it. I get it. I think this is it for from me now. I will now go and do the exam content outline questions and then watch
And
the coaching calls.
yeah, before you attempt the 79 questions, please revise the echo from the
Yes, yes.
booklet before attempting this, because
So,
these are very
so
theoretical
what is the
questions.
eco? I have revised it twice and I'm planning to do it third time before attempting the question. So, what is the, you can say, the crux that I need to have in my mind? Because every
Wha-
time I read, it seems to me that I'm reading it very first time.
That is the main point. It
Because
means.
because most of the terms are synonymous,
Hmm?
and the problem here is every time I read, I feel like that. Oh, I never read it.
Yes,
So
so once you will attempt the 79 questions, out of 79 questions, my guess is that you will get around 60 to 65 correct. This is my blind guess, okay, based on the
okay,
thing that I have understood from you. And then the 10 to 15, 20 questions has to be wrong because we are not cramming the things, okay. So
yes,
that's why read slowly, try to understand the keyword from the question, and then you will get the right answer. For example,
okay,
for example, this task number 4, for example, develop
yes,
a responsibility assignment matrix to build core team and differentiate between program and project resources.
project resources.
The question
Okay,
will be that which of the following document will differentiate between the program and the project resources. Okay, so in this the answer will be RAM accountability.
responsibility assign. Okay.
So is stakeholder metrics or stakeholder register, whatever the thing. So in these type of questions, you should make it correct. You should not set any wrong
Okay.
answer. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
However, if we say that task one, develop a program charter to initiate and design the program and its benefits. So this will be a bit tricky because the option will be business case, charter, program management plan, and the roadmap. I have intentionally put in very difficult, very close answers there. Okay. So
Okay.
here the key point to pick is that I told you in the business case. Okay, it is also in the strategic alignment domain. Nothing to worry about. It is the benefits directly are only in my program charter, whereas the business
Okay.
case contains cost benefit analysis. This we will study
Okay.
in the thing. A lot of questions which is linked, in which the answer is a program charter, business case, or the roadmap. Actually, we will be covering in the strategic alignment domain. So, although if those
Mhm.
questions you will get wrong, doesn't matter. And
Okay.
also keep, yes, please ask. Then also to keep in mind in the sequence of the book, this life cycle topic and the life cycle domain is at the end, not at the beginning.
Okay.
This was
Hmm.
my biggest comment when we were developing the revising the standard. I gave the comment to PMI to make it in the beginning, because what I felt, because when we were doing the strategic alignment domain, we were doing everything till four domains we finished. The concepts were not getting clear in the student's mind. I say that you have to prepare, do the assessments and estimations to develop the program business case and a charter. This is why if I tell you directly go to the strategic alignment domain, okay? So then it's our own teaching style that I made it first in my booklet, and even when I'm doing the course with the students. So that in the life cycle you can have the clear overview. Although 10 to 15 questions will get wrong, this will become more and more clear when we do the other domains. So that's also I'm telling
Okay.
you nothing to worry about if you makes don't differentiate exactly between the business case and the charter at this moment.
Okay. Okay. I get it. I get it. Okay. Understood.
And you were asking something when I was
Yes, and I forgot. I forgot it.
sorry.
What I was trying to ask. I will shoot it when if I remember it.
No problem.
I just lost my thought here.
No problem. Your application was good. I have modified it, but it was a bit long. It was around 750 words. Doesn't matter.
Oh,
I
okay.
It was 750 words. You wrote it very good. So I have reduced it to 490 words. That is okay.
Okay.
But the main
Okay.
point is that you please finish the 79 questions, 85 questions, watch the coaching calls. These are very detailed coaching calls because I have tried to discuss a lot of things, but still, if any question is not clear, just mark the question number. And when we will connect tomorrow, first we will discuss that questions which are not clear, and then only I will go to the next domain.
Okay. Sure. 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 I will do it.
Okay, clear?
I will. Okay. Clear. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Have it.
Bye.